Hey guys, Reddit Hunt here. Unfortunately, YouTube has denied our request for monetization again. As much as we would love to keep our videos the same as they currently are, sadly we will have to make some major changes. We have talked to some voiceover people and looked at changing how our videos look. This video will be an example of the type of videos we will most likely have to pivot into. For the time being, we can continue uploading videos like our current ones on our second channel, Relationship Hunt, so head over there if you want the same original content. Once again, we would love to keep our content the same, but this is out of hands. We will be reading any feedback, so please let us know any of your thoughts down below. Thanks for sticking with us, we appreciate you all.
Am I the antagonist for how I responded to my mom when she said I wasn't invited to her wedding? I, 15 female, am my mother's, 35 female, only daughter she has from her previous marriage. She has 3 children, the rest being 18, 16, boys. This is important to know. Last week, my mom was talking with one of her friends about the colors she wanted the bridesmaids' dresses to be. My mom had been planning this wedding with her new boyfriend for the past 2 months or so. They have been engaged for about 1 year. The wedding is in December, and on the day before my birthday, my mom and I have been planning a party for me around the same time she was for the wedding. She insisted it was all right and that her boyfriend and her would go on their honeymoon the next day. While she was talking, I asked her when we were going to look for my dress, since she had asked me to be the flower girl. I could see the disappointed look on her face when I asked her, which confused me. She responded only a few minutes later and said, "We'll talk about it later." A few hours later, my mom came to me. I thought she was going to talk about the dress situation, but instead she sat me down and explained how her new boyfriend thought it'd be a better fit for their 3 daughters to lead the wedding. Whatever, I was cool with that, but it's important to note that my mom had always wanted all girls. I was a girl, but I had looked too much like my father, which caused a strain in our relationship. My dad explained to me how my mother had postpartum when she had me and just couldn't connect with me because of it. So when she gave birth to my 3 younger step-siblings who all looked like her, triplets 6 years old, she was obviously overjoyed. It hurt to see, but I was happy for her. My brothers had a similar experience, but were significantly better because they looked more like her. I know this is an overdramatic thing to say, but sometimes I feel like because my mother didn't feel as connected with me at birth was because I was a letdown right out the gate. After she was done, I asked her again about the dress because I still didn't have one. Again, that same disappointed look on her face came before telling me I wasn't invited to the wedding, simply because her boyfriend thought I would upset his family because I was from my mom's previous marriage, and he didn't like my dad. She also explained how my birthday isn't happening either due to him wanting to go on their honeymoon right away. It turned into a screaming match with me yelling, "I'm sorry, I don't look like you enough for you to love me. I'm sorry you were too conceited for you to get over the fact I look like my dad." I was kicked out by her boyfriend within the same hour because she had cried to him about what I said. All my brothers know what happened and have now refused to go to the wedding, which upset her even more, though I don't care about how she feels right now. My brothers had an actual relationship with her, and I probably just messed it up by letting my anger get the best of me. Am I the antagonist? Update: I live with my dad full-time. There isn't any custody agreement that I know of. I usually visit my mom on my own free will or when she asks me to come over, so I'm not obligated to go over there. My parents were only married 2 years prior to having my second brother, divorcing after his birth. They dated after the divorce as a way to make up with each other, but it didn't work out, but they had me. Another update: all my brothers are full blood. The girls my mom had been half blood. I said step because I don't consider them to be related to me because I've never been in the room with them for more than 5 minutes due to my mom not allowing it. My brothers were only invited because her boyfriend actually likes them, and his family getting pissed that I'd be there was an excuse to exclude me. I honestly don't care any more about the situation, seeing as how my brothers have my back. As for my dad, he's been threatening to call CPS, but I've talked him out of it because I don't want to get the 3 girls involved despite there being no relationship. It is super messed up for your mother to treat you like that. Fortunately, you have the support of your brothers to help you out. To not only give in and not invite you to her wedding, but to also cancel your birthday. What a terrible mother. Since you live with your dad full time, it might be best to go no contact with your mother and keep close with your brothers, as they seem like the ones to have your back. Am I the antagonist for not returning my boyfriend's calls while he was on vacation? My boyfriend's family had their big family reunion last month. They really do it up big and have lots of events and activities. Stuff like going to amusement park, renting boats and jet skis, going to concerts, stuff like that. I was invited and was looking forward to going for well over a year. My BF and I had talked about it numerous times. He had told me it started August 5th and would probably be about a week, but he wasn't sure what day we would be heading back. On July 19th, I asked him if he knew the final date, so I could finalize the plans with our pet sitter. He told me it had been moved up to the 25th of July. On the 22nd, I told him I was having trouble finding a pet sitter, so didn't think I could go. On the 23rd, one of the people I put feelers out to got back to me, and we had coverage. I told my BF that I was able to find someone last minute. He told me that since I wasn't going, he changed his plans and instead of driving his parents bought him a plane ticket. The plane tickets were upwards of $800 since they were so close to the departure date, which was definitely way out of budget. So he went on his vacation and I stayed home. We had been fighting a lot about the situation, him not telling me the dates promptly, him changing the plans without talking to me about it, etc. I told him that I was upset I didn't get to go and that his lack of planning and communication only had negative consequences for me. He attempted to call or text or FaceTime me numerous times while he was gone. I never picked up or called back and left all the messages to read. When he got back, he was really upset and called me an asshole. He said that his family kept asking about me and wanted to say hi. He said that he really missed me, and since we had never spent that long apart before, it was really upsetting that I iced him out. Furthermore, he said I was being childish for giving him the silent treatment. Things are still testy between us, but am I the asshole for not talking to him while he was gone? Update: well guys, it's over. He still doesn't get that I am upset about the lack of communication and planning on his part. He is now saying I am just trying to keep him from seeing his family. So now he can move back to the state they live in, and he can see them all the time. I'm pretty fucking heartbroken, but that's that, I guess. It sounds like you tried so hard to make it work, and he didn't even have the respect for you to return even a tiny bit of the effort. If he wanted you to be there, he wouldn't have made it so hard for you to come along. From your update, it may seem hard and sad now that it's over, but I can assure you that this is what is the best for you in the long run. Am I the antagonist for proceeding with building a pool in my backyard after my neighbor asked me not to? My partner and I are building a pool in our backyard. We do not have any kids, by choice. I have a neighbor whose husband is gone out of town a lot for work. They have 2 kids. We've had small chit-chat here and there, but aren't close by any means. She had noticed we were working with some developers in the backyard and casually asked what it was about and told her we were getting a pool. Then she looked like she saw a ghost and proceeded to explain to me, I've never met her kids, that her 15-year-old son has special needs and has a tendency to wander. I don't know exactly what his needs are, I didn't ask as it's none of my business, that she tries her best to keep track of him, but all I have to do is turn my back for a second, and he's gone in a split second. She said she had to call the police a few times to find him, then proceeded to beg me not to put a pool in the yard because it would be dangerous for her son and she can't guarantee he won't wander and want to go in the pool, that despite her best efforts he still gets out sometimes. I told her we are complying with all insurance requirements, building a fence around the pool, putting a tarp on when not in use, etc. She explained that he is able to unlock doors and fences, and the pool will be a death trap for him. That he's fast and strong and, once again, it only takes a second, and he's gone. I told her I sympathize with her plight, but she has absolutely no right to tell us what we can and cannot have on our own property, and it is her responsibility to make provisions to safeguard her son. Am I the antagonist? You have every right to install a pool on your land. And she has every right to be anxious about it, however she cannot stop you from building the pool. As long as you take the appropriate actions to secure the area and make sure it is safe according to regulations, you are not in the wrong at all. Make sure there is no risk of your being liable if an accident were to occur, otherwise go ahead and enjoy your pool. Am I the antagonist for telling my girlfriend that baking a cake to celebrate a hobby is embarrassing? Throwaway because my girlfriend and some of my friends use Reddit. I, 27M, have a girlfriend, 20 female. We've been dating a little over a year and recently moved in together. My girlfriend is a pretty normal person, but there's this one fictional character she's extremely obsessed with. She spends most of her free time writing fanfiction about the character and drawing art of her. A lot of her friends come from fan groups centered around this character. Basically, nearly everything in her personal life except for me revolves around her. She does have some other hobbies, baking and cooking probably being the second biggest. I love eating the food she makes, and she loves cooking for me. Yesterday, she announced that she was going to spend the day baking a cake. She seemed really excited about this, so I asked if there was any special reason. She said that she was making the cake to celebrate the anniversary of the first time she consumed any media with her favorite character, who remembers stuff like that. I kind of laughed a little, and she said, "What's funny?" Looking a little hurt. I said, "Don't you think you're taking this a little far? She is just a character or something like that." GF said that she's not just a character, she's her favorite character. I said that, I know that, but it's kind of embarrassing that she cares enough about a hobby to bake a cake to celebrate it. She said, "Fine, if you feel that way, you can't have any cake," and slammed the kitchen door behind her. I thought she'd cool off after she started baking, it always helps her relax, but she didn't. She took the cake to her friend's house and ended up spending the night there. I've been texting her, but she still hasn't responded. I feel like she's overreacting, it was just a little argument. Am I the antagonist? Update, hey guys, GF here. One of my friends saw the post and guessed it was about me. I asked BF about it, and he confessed to writing the post. He said that the comments were a bit of a makeup call and apologized for calling my cake embarrassing, but I don't know how genuine he was. I told him to give me the account's password, and he agreed. Thanks to everyone who supported me, especially the people who talked about also liking Raven. Your girlfriend obviously loves this character and loves to bake, so she decided to combine the two things she loves. So you decide to shit on her? You are very lucky that your girlfriend seems to have forgiven you in the update. Hopefully you have learned your lesson and will treat your girlfriend's hobbies and favorite things with a bit more respect. They are literally what makes her happy. Am I the antagonist for threatening to take legal action against my ex-wife's stepdaughter if she doesn't pay for the gift she broke? I, am 38, have been separated from my ex-wife for almost 14 years. She's married now and has 2 stepdaughters. This one involved the older one, Anna, 17 I think. Our older daughter Diane, F16, is really into calligraphy. My parents gave her a food, Japanese calligraphy brush, as a gift for having a great school year. We came back from a trip and left them with her mother. I was just getting home when my youngest called me to return. Once there, they were having an argument and my ex-wife and her wife were trying to mediate. Diane said that Anna stole her brush and broke it. Anna says she took it with permission from Diane. Not true, we checked, and she accepted breaking it, but replaced it with another one, a cheap one. My ex-wife and her wife claimed that it was not a big deal, and Anna replaced it. I disagree and told them that either Anna or them have to order a new one or give the money for us to do it. They were willing to do it until Diane told them how much it would cost, $3,000. That's when they flipped the lid and said why I'm buying something that expensive. I told them it's none of their business or the point. Besides, it was a gift from my parents, not mine. They refused and said they can't do it without taking a hit in their finances. I told them that I don't care, and they need to pay for it, or I would take legal action against Anna since she admitted to taking it and breaking it. I told them to be quick because the brushes are limited. Our daughters decided to come with me and took their important things with them. My ex-wife, her parents, and her wife are blasting my phone saying I would ruin Anna's future and that I'm putting our daughters against them and ruin their relationship. We've been co-parenting really well, but I don't know, I think I'm being reasonable, she's not a kid anymore. That was an expensive gift and Anna had no respect for it. She was more than old enough to understand the value of that gift and should know what doesn't belong to her. She stole it and broke it. It is the equivalent to stealing a computer or tablet and breaking it. I hope you are able to recoup the cost of the brush.